Welcome everyone to Connect with Christina. My friends are here today. Samantha Howard and Alex Salazar with Luxe City and Arizona Fashion Week. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Long time no see.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to have you back on here. There's a lot that's happened, and I want you to kind of share, first of all, to remind everyone what each one is. So Luxe City, take that one, Sam, and then we'll go to Arizona Fashion Week. So
Luxe City is kind of our parent company of all the other departments and things we do. Primarily, it's a creative marketing agency. That's kind of where we started out, and from that, we kind of started different departments that kind of all lead up to Luxe City as well, like our Creative Council, which is our membership with all our creatives in the Valley that do a bunch of cool stuff, help us complete projects. Our Fashion House, where people can rent and purchase designer wardrobe, things like that.
my favorite. And then Arizona Fashion Week.
Yeah, so Arizona Fashion Week is under the umbrella of Luxe City, and just over the course of time with us doing the things that we do and specializing in the creative industry, we had all of the resources to produce a fashion week, so that's where everything just kind of came full swing to produce Arizona Fashion Week. So Arizona Fashion Week is what's coming up next. It's November 3rd through November 17th. It's a 2-week schedule, and it is about 50 events within the 2-week time frame, with the 3 major shows being at the end of the 2 weeks.
We try and kill ourselves. It's fine.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It's a really different experience. What we've noticed from different fashion weeks across the nation, we're the only ones that really have this clubhouse that we've established downtown Phoenix. That is where people can come every day of the 2 weeks, shop designer collections, and attend the education, the workshops, the brand parties. It's all of that. And
there's just like a real community behind what Arizona Fashion Week does. Aside from, local creatives and things like that, it's also just about people getting together, networking, all of those kind of aspects, which is primarily what can go on at the Fashion House as well.
Yeah.
So what's coming up right now is the November one?
Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of our pre-schedule for
Okay.
Fashion Week. It's where, we're just incorporating designers and sponsors now through some of our monthly events. With STK, we're hosting different dinners and things like that at their location. And it gives us a chance to kind of trial and error some things before it happens officially on the 2-week schedule. So right now it's just about everybody getting acclimated to what we can do during the 2 weeks of Fashion Week.
It's all really super exciting. Who are some of your power partners? You mentioned STK.
Yeah, STK
Okay.
Scottsdale is one of them.
I don't know if you've heard of Call Christina Now.
Yeah, Call Christina now.
Yes,
Another
that's
big, powerful partner
With
there.
a separate mic.
Yeah.
But we've also got Alani Nu, which is the energy drink. They have partnerships with Paris Hilton and Kim K, all these different fun flavors of drinks. Laundry sauce, which, have you tried the laundry sauce yet,
yes.
Christina? It's
Yeah.
I'm
so
obsessed.
good.
Yeah, they have their new room sprays that we have this year that we'll be dishing out to everybody.
I actually want to meet them.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're
It's like a crazy concept. I love it. I love the little box. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh.
I wash all my bedding in it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also have the new Moxie Downtown is one of our official hotel partners. So
Okay.
throughout the 2 weeks, guests can stay there at a discounted rate. But aside from that, because we have all these events leading up, we also have a discount link for anyone that wants to book at the newest Moxie Downtown location.
I feel like you guys always think of everything. That's
Yeah.
one there. Other power partners, Lord Vodka,
Lord Vodka
Representing on
wearing
the
the
hat.
hat.
Andy, shout out.
Andy, and then Ryan M. Scottsdale is our hair salon for Arizona Fashion Week. They do all of the looks for backstage, and this year at the Fashion House, the clubhouse that I was talking about, we'll be doing a whole hair and makeup studio installation there, so that way people can come and whether they're scheduling a photo shoot within our studios or whatnot, they can do their hair and makeup. Guests can do hair and makeup there. But the Fashion House is really what really sets us apart from other fashion weeks, because it's a giant location. where guests can utilize, they can be in the fashion house and shop the collections, the bar, the mocktails, the food that comes through. But we've got the big co-working space right above where people can break away and do, take care of business. Designers are doing fittings, and then of course we have like the largest rooftop pool in Arizona at the rooftop, and the fitness facility that's up there that people can guests of Fashion Week
saw that. It's
can venture
beautiful.
between it. Yeah, it's almost like a country club style location that is available during Fashion Week for all of our guests to just come and just be there and surround themselves with everything that's going on.
And experience all the designers and partners. Another one is Press and Taylor. They are like a
Luxury dry cleaning service,
Service,
mobile dry cleaning and tailoring service, and we're really excited about that partnership as well.
I know I need to meet all these people, but I don't want to leave anyone out. I'm sure you have a power partner in Glamby.
Yeah,
Is that-
she's our backstage director.
Okay,
Yeah.
who else? There's a lot more.
there are a lot more. Who am I missing?
So if
Oh,
we
I
miss
know we
anyone,
are.
please forgive us.
Evo North Scottsdale.
Evo North Scottsdale.
Nick,
in the
shout out, Nick.
springtime, we were doing some brunches there with featuring our designers and.
Another one we're kind of really excited about. It's not official yet, but Uchi over here in Scottsdale. Apparently, all the other Uchis and other major cities, they're really well known for their maki rolling classes,
Okay.
and they haven't started them yet here.
Oh,
so what they're
yes.
proposing is that they are going to set up at the fashion house downtown and do a big maki rolling class scenario out, down there.
Sign me up.
Yeah, that's an exciting one. And then,
Yeah.
of course, our French restaurant, Sotis in downtown Phoenix, we're looking to have them host our big celebrity designer meet and greet dinner
Okay.
the Thursday right before the shows kick off. And I mean, it's about 20 different designers, all of these partners, and it's just it's a really big schedule, and it's a lot of fun because it's all about the experience, of what a fashion week should be doing to support its community, but also elevating it at the same time.
One of the things I'm most excited about this year, we got invited last year to go to New York Fashion Week, and we met the people from Getty Images. So they're coming out to
Yeah.
cover our three main
Amazing.
runway shows this year.
That's
Yeah, it's the first
amazing.
time Getty Images has any sort of large presence here in Arizona. I think it's their first time coming out here to cover a show, because normally they're just doing New York, Miami, and LA. And they met us out in New York, and they kind of vetted our event, and they said, hey, we'd love to come out and cover your guys' shows this year. So
I was out of town for that, but I was trying to get Kevin to be like, "Come on, let's just show up to New York."
To
But
go
we
to
were
New York?
Oh, yeah.
Way too far.
No, I think we're going to make it an annual thing, though. Every
Yeah.
spring, I think we'll be
Should.
going out, and yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say you're smart for having them come around November so that they don't hate you.
Yeah, we're not going to invite them out in like July or August.
So, being a mom, obviously you have 3 kids, 3 girls, and then Lana having such interest in the fashion industry, I want to know how, and I guess I've seen it, but I want you to share it, how you protect your people, because obviously there's a lot of young, beautiful women in, the space, and the lengths you go to protect them. I want you to share that, because that's valuable to me.
Well, and with Creative Council, that's kind of a separate aspect, but our Creative Council are the people who are developing Arizona Fashion Week. They are our creative people that help on the team. And through that, we do interviews. We vet people. We make sure not only are they talented, but they've got great personalities. They know how to work with others. And that's kind of the first step into making sure that the people we're working with are going to be comfortable with the other people we're, introducing them to.
Right,
and
but then we
things like that.
relay the same vetting scenario into our media team with the photographers, the volunteers,
Backstage
the wardrobe
That's huge.
stylists. They all sign off on participation contracts, and we're really just paying attention to, because when we're doing their interviews, it's not just about if they have a great talent, it's also about gauging what they're saying in their interview and their mannerisms, so that way we can really kind of nail down on what's possible. But we do our work to dig through their portfolios, their social medias, and we have such a large team that if you're in this industry, somebody knows you and has worked in the past with you before. So before we, if anybody does have any red flags, but we do a lot of vetting and interviews and stuff to really understand, so that way we can protect everybody, because that is
Basically, our next department's going to be a PI service for a private investigator. We're going to start.
No, but I've seen you guys develop people, and I've seen, some people really reach crazy heights in their careers, and who started with you guys, being magazine covers and doing runways, and has there been like a specific one that you want to shout out?
There's a lot of people, but I feel like Gabby Glamby is a really good example because
we love her.
Yes, we love Glamby. But we met her just through other working experiences, and I remember that we did a photo shoot when we very first started. I was one of the models, which I am not a model, and Gabby was interested and like went to school for makeup. So we're like, hey, do you want to do the makeup on this? And I remember at the time I asked her like, can you help me put on eyelashes? And she was all, ooh, that's kind of hard, but yeah, I'll try.
And now
she has her own cosmetic lashes brand and all this stuff. But, through those experiences, it's kind of just a great example to show that like with the network and the people we were able to introduce her to, she made her own connections and she does these commercials and she helps us with some of the magazine covers with Jet Set and Inked magazine.
Yeah, shout out Gabby, seriously.
No,
like that's
and
huge.
even like with Joe is like our next
I remember
he's
him
like
being
our
new.
yeah, he was when he was brand new, he was actually coming in to audition as a model. But when I got to talking to him, I was like, I think you have something else there too. And so we brought him in as an ambassador through our program, and he was the one of like 15 different people that are in that program that we offered a job to. And he just started to skyrocket, and now he's also on the board of the Arizona Costume Institute, the youngest person in the last 60 years to be on the board. And it's just, that's what we do. When we find those unique people that have this really great talent, we tend to nurture, plug them in, and vouch for them, because that was, the Arizona Costume Institute, the president came to me and was like, I don't want to take Joe away from you, but I think, and I was like, absolutely, yes, please, offer him that board position, because that would be amazing. He deserves it,
Right.
And so we're always advocating for our community and really watching people grow. A lot of our designers who started.
So you don't hold them back for your benefit.
Oh no,
absolutely
not at all. We're always trying to push them into different avenues, and also testing their capabilities, like trying to push them to do things that maybe they're get them outside of their comfort zone, so they can really see what they're made of and what they're really capable of doing. Of course, with our support, it's like, don't worry, you have an entire team behind you that if you're going to take on this opportunity and you need help, just ask, for advice, and we can support it,
And Shannon Love.
Yeah.
So what's her connection with you guys?
So Shannon is our model coach, and Shannon, again, one of our team members. She is now like one of the most well-known people in our industry for coaching models and getting them ready for the runway.
And she's because she started out as a model herself, and that's how we actually first met her, through a different platform. But she's been in the industry for a really long time.
And she's been with us for a really long time, and she now does coachings on her own outside of Arizona Fashion Week. But she's, again, one of the most well-known people in the industry at this point as well.
And I suppose I can speak on this because I saw it myself, where you guys also go above and beyond for people when people are dealing with other situations that are not related to you. You try to find them resources. And I'd never seen that before. So kudos to you guys for that.
Yeah,
we learned that from you, probably.
No, I mean, it is like, we've got 90 members on the Creative Council at this point. Everything from the students that are in design school currently, and kind of plugging them in with some of our more established creatives, so that way they can learn some real experiences through them. We're always looking for new resources to help the community get better, because that's how our community is going to grow. It's been so often that even some of our professors that are with ASU and Phoenix College, they're always telling us like, what you guys are doing is great, because all of the really great talent coming out of the ASU FITM Design School or Phoenix College, they think they have to move out to LA or New York and leave this town for those bigger opportunities. But what you guys are doing is really kind of, giving a new platform for people to look forward to.
You've definitely elevated the fashion presence in Arizona, I would say.
Thank you.
There's
my humble opinion.
There's so much great talent here. It's just getting it on the map for everybody else's eyes.
Right. Speaking of which, what are you looking for within our community? People you're looking to basically join you guys. Is there a specific thing?
I mean, we're always looking for new brands and talent, because part of the reason we called it Arizona Fashion Week was so that aside from the fashion aspect, people could venture through Arizona, whether it's a venue, a brand, local or not, but preferably local because it highlights different people and brands in the community.
Yeah, basically, when we were invited to go out to the shows in New York, those people that invited us were like, "You guys have to come out and see why what you guys are doing in Arizona is so different, special, and unique. You're gonna love the shows when you come out here, but you're gonna understand why what you guys are doing is so different." And what I took away from the New York experience was that the entire city gets involved, whether they're a part of the official schedule or not. That time of the year, every restaurant, every store, every venue is doing something related to New York Fashion Week. And that's what we're hoping to kind of inspire here in Arizona. That's why we have such a large 2-week schedule. So that way, hopefully that's what it develops into. I mean, we have a lot of brands that are included with what we're doing, but we're trying to encourage the entire city to start getting involved, for Arizona.
So that's
Fashion
my
Week.
point. Is there like limitations on who can join as far as vendors, local companies?
No, not we're
Nothing creepy.
still no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, none of that.
As long as it fits with like if there is a brand or company out there looking to tap into a young professional, edgy and fashionable demographic, like that's what we do, and we're the perfect platform for that. We get a lot of our clients that will approach us and say, "Do you understand why we're approaching you to begin with?" And usually it's because they're looking to replenish their demographics with the people that we have access to. And those are the types of brands we're really looking for, because a lot of, fashion is depicted in so many different ways that if your brand comes off as fashionable, it comes off as something that can last through the times, right? It can continue to evolve but stay relevant, and fashion has the ability to do that for a lot of brands.
That's a very fashionable thing for you to say.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, we are still kind of signing on designers. We're still signing on partners that want to come on board and support. And, one of the biggest things with Fashion Week is that we do pay our models, we pay our hair, we pay our makeup, and our wardrobe stylists, which again is very rare across the United States.
Not just
That's not
Arizona.
something that really takes place. And that's where we're starting to get more talent, better talent coming our way, because they're finding out that this is one of the only fashion weeks that are paying for people's time to be a part of it. And that's an expensive thing to support people that way. And so that's where our sponsors and our designers come in, is it helps us support the rest of the industry while putting on a really beautiful production at the same time.
Gotcha.
So
I don't know why this came to my mind, but my friend Viola, she does like a lot of insurance, medical, just health insurance, all the things. But she had mentioned to me that there's all these other programs that people don't know about. And I think I need to make that connection with you guys, because I think there's a specific one, like all of the young models who might not have insurance.
Yeah.
See,
and
we're
a lot
making
of
live
them, too,
connections.
They're
Sorry.
technically on these modeling gigs, independent contractors, and so
Right.
some of them don't know that stuff
Yeah.
about.
yeah,
you
and
know.
even for our creatives, this year for education wise, we have different financial groups coming in to do a whole education thing, because everybody in the creative industry is technically their own entrepreneur, and a lot of that stuff, creatives don't always know that aspect of financing and how to keep up with what they need to
And that's why I like
know.
your
And,
workshops.
yeah, that's
Because you're literally taking these people and saying, hey, I know you have a dream, you have the passion for it, but also there's the real life aspect where you need to get an EIN, you need to know how to do your taxes, you need,
yeah.
So I think I'm saying that out loud because I think I'm going to be able to find you guys some other partners
Yeah.
that can join
Yeah.
this force that you're creating.
Yeah, and we just did one with Remon Skincare, another really large partner of ours this year. We just did a big coaching scenario to test out a new layout. It was a beautiful event. They brought out their corporate team from California to be here for this event, and it was just a huge success. And so we have a new model for how we're going to run our education stuff this year, because it's not just for people that are established in the industry either. We have some of our professors coming in to do teaching sewing 101, how to
I
attach a
love that.
button appropriately to
I
something.
love
and
that.
So yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, and there's room for different people to come on board. They might think, well, I'm not a fashion brand. Well, there's many different avenues where we can plug you in, you know, so.
And we're creative, so we'll think of something.
Yeah,
Right.
we're creative people, so we can always
Exactly.
think of a way to make it work.
Are you currently doing a model casting?
Those are over. Well, technically, our
It's
real
over there.
castings have ended, but we are about to launch a virtual casting.
Yeah, it's a big national virtual casting campaign through social media that we're about to do because we've had, like I mentioned before, a lot of those models and influencers have caught on to the fact that we pay people for their time, and so we're getting a lot of them applying from outside of the state this year. And so we're going to launch the virtual casting campaign, which I
Oh,
believe
wow.
starts
Yeah.
next week.
So all the models can film their walk, tag Arizona Fashion Week.
Because we
and-
still have a
yeah.
lot of designers from out of state that will come in the week of the shows that will need
And
to
need
do
to
their
cast them
castings when
last
they're
minute.
yeah.
And then the same way, like if there's designers out there that want to, you know, get their brands up, they can also reach out to you.
Yeah, on our website, ArizonaFashionWeek.com, our Join the Shows page, that's where anybody can apply from brands, designers,
So we're going to call out
backstage,
Marcy
media.
Barbosa, just saying. She'll get this message. She has a
Is she a
line
designer?
of clothes. Yeah,
Oh,
but she's
okay.
also like a paralegal office manager for
Oh, how
you know,
fun.
an esteemed
Yeah.
firm. But that's her heart. It's her passion is
Yeah.
fashion. So
Yeah.
I'll tell her.
And I mean, Arizona Fashion Week was developed with the community in mind. You know, we've been a part of other fashion platforms, and it's like you're on the runway for like 5 minutes, and the next person's lined up ready to come out after you. And so the way we developed Arizona Fashion Week was, how do we support the designers a little bit more? Because being on the runway for 5 minutes is not going to, how do you connect with your customer? That's why we have the 2-week schedule, why we have the clubhouse where people can come and shop the designer collections
The
ahead of
meet and
time.
greets, the workshops, all of that kind of
Every
stuff.
designer gets a brand party, and then they're in the retail space for the 2 weeks, and then they have their major show. So all of it is a big marketing structure to put more exposure on the designers, so it's not just runway show and it's over. It's a whole process that really, you know, has marketing longevity attached to it.
Did I miss an event? I always miss events when I'm out of town.
When are you not out of town?
But the big car one, isn't that like
Oh
something
yeah, Barrett
that's coming
Jackson
up?
brings us on board each year to do a fashion and you know installment with them.
It's kind of a big
With
deal,
future
guys.
collector cars.
Yeah, with the Future Collector Cars show.
So that we can expect that again.
Yeah, we'll be doing that one again. We're still in the works of planning that out, but yeah, we'll be doing that again. Persian New Year Festival, we do that
did
runway
that,
show as
yeah.
well.
The what?
Persian New Year Festival.
okay.
It's a big festival. You know, they do a really great job, and this year's fashion show was a beautiful location and
Right.
really great designers.
I'm just so proud of you guys. So
Thank
congratulations. I feel like your vision's really, you know, coming to fruition.
Yeah, sometimes it's crazy to think about it.
I know. I was just thinking about how we first met you and where we all were at that time frame when we
It
met
was
you.
a
and
place
we just-
called Dorian at
Yeah,
the
it
time.
And we
was
just
Dorian.
happened to sit across from each other at
Yeah.
dinner. And
Yeah.
you were like,
Yeah.
exchanged your Facebook with me. And I was like, oh, I don't use Facebook, but okay, here.
My kids were here and be like, that's for old people. I love Facebook. And then I had to learn how to use Instagram.
You know what? I've actually been surprised. We've been running some more stuff through Facebook, and we've been getting a
Gotten
lot of
some good
response through it.
responses.
I
Like,
have been telling you.
it's not
that-
completely gone yet.
No, it's not, and it's actually it's kind of moved into more of a business. It's almost like another.
There's a lot more groups and things on there that there weren't
right
before.
Yeah, I mean, easily that's how I get a lot of resources. Like if
Yeah.
I say today, Luxe City, Arizona Fashion Week's running a model casting, you'll see it just go crazy. So do not underestimate Facebook, guys. And just lastly, like remind everyone how to get a hold of you guys if they are interested or if they want to attend, look into it more.
Yeah, so our website is ArizonaFashionWeek.com. Instagram is azfw.official. Email info@ArizonaFashionWeek.com.
How
For
do
the
you
most part,
memorize
across the
all
board,
that?
just Arizona Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Really, how do you memorize all that?
I have to run all them, so.
Guys, thank you for being here at Connect with Christina. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of you guys, and I really think when we come back every year, it's just the growth is insane,
Yeah.
right? So shout out to everyone who supports Luxe City as well, all the power partners. There's a lot of you guys I appreciate Andy Pitts. Shout out Lord Vodka. So we will see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.